dish. The task in hand is apparently quite simple. Amateur cooks must serve up their signature dishes perfectly prepared and beautifully presented. They've no doubt done that many times before at home, but how will they fare under the unforgiving gaze of our professional judges? The last of our contenders from the southeast are about to find out as their dishes face the taste test. On the menu today.
It's a seafood special, kicking off with creamy sweet corn and rocket soup with white crab meat, against poached smoked haddock on a bed of wilted spinach and beetroot puree. The mains are equally maritime as the ultimate fish and chips takes on a fish tagine. And finally, in the pudding's kitchen, a chocolate and lemon Bakewell tart will be fighting it out against the chocolate mousse with a very unusual lavender cream.
So, a treat for fish lovers today. 3 exciting contests to come. It's time to bring on the cooks. Great. All right, well, thank you, judges. Now, let's get the last of our Southeast regional heats underway with our first head-to-head of the day, the Battle of the Starters.
Hi, my name is Kristen Fredrickson, and I'm making creamy sweet corn and rocket soup with white crab meat. I was raised in the Midwest of America, in Indiana, and sweet corn is our most famous produce, really. For this dish to win Britain's best dish would be exciting for me because I invented it.
Hi, my name's Rhiannon Larkman, and I'm making smoked poached haddock on a bed of beetroot puree and wilted spinach. Ingredients are really important, you know, the fresher the better. Keeping with the seasons is so important as well.
So, the first seafaring course from our southeast cooks is Kristen's creamy sweet corn and rocket soup with white crab meat, against Rhiannon's poached smoked haddock on a bed of wilted spinach and beetroot puree.
Kristen and Rhiannon are ready to go, actually, in the starter kitchen. I'd come to say hello to them before they start cooking.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, very good.
Tense?
No, not really.
Excellent.
Feeling pretty good.
Delayed your holiday to be with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic crab you've got there, too.
Yeah, he's a big one.
There he is. Now, you've got a forensic attention to detail, haven't you?
I have. I'm going to attempt it, yes, a
Tell me
CSI
more.
approach to crab. Well, this is called a black light, and it's meant to pick up the shell among the crab meat. And it's an ultraviolet light, really.
Is this a method that you've developed yourself or something you've picked off on?
No, it's a method that's been used by Maryland crab fishermen for, I think, 30, 40 years.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
You might have a tough contest over here.
I think so.
How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Not too nervous?
Little nervous, not too much.
Does it feel a bit odd?
Very strange,
I bet it does. But
Yeah.
you've had food in your blood. I mean, what's always about winning a Marmite competition when you were young?
When I was younger, I had to draw a picture with a Marmite jar in it, and I won a camera.
But you've got a bit like the forensic approach we're going to see from Kristen over there. You've got a forensic approach to cooking it yourself, I hear.
Yeah, I just tend to throw things together and hope it makes something tasty.
Oh, not that forensic then. A bit haphazard.
Yeah, it's just throwing everything in.
Right. So, actually, I've just got all of that pretty much wrong, but never mind. We wish you well today.
Thank you.
The two of you are looking for a place in the regional final of Britain's Best Dish. Start cooking.
45-year-old writer Kristen's dish is her own invention, but she still has one big worry about it.
I think 6 times now I've cracked open a crab, and it's just, it's a specialist technique. And I talked to the fishmonger yesterday and begged him for some suggestions, and he said, even for a fishmonger, it's the trickiest shellfish to work with.
Kristen starts in the prep kitchen where she boils her dead crab for 15 minutes. She then removes it from the pan and allows it to cool. In the studio, Kristen starts on the all-important job of removing the meat.
And she's using this gorgeous-looking crab.
Lovely. I can't see her getting the meat out without giving it a good wallop.
There she is. There's her walloping machine.
The handy thing as well, I think, if you're doing this at home, is if you wrap it in a tea towel like this, it avoids all the juices spreading all over your work surfaces, all bits of crab flying up and landing in the cupboards.
She's determined that no shell is left in the meat, as she knows this will scupper her chances.
When you're eating something, especially like a soup, and you're eating it and spooding, and you're not expecting to come across little pieces of shell, and they could catch you by surprise and shatter your teeth.
To make sure she doesn't miss any shell, it's time to put her handy little device to good use.
Oh, that's what they have at that crab place in Maine, to pick out the shell.
Really? How extraordinary. So it's an ultraviolet light that she's putting on there, and it's going to show up if there are any little bits of shell. Looks good, doesn't it?
Mm.
Crab hopefully deshelled, Kristen starts on the soup by sautéing garlic and shallots in a pan, before adding sweet corn and covering with the chicken stock she prepared the night before.
It's not a combination that I've come across before, but it seems to me, in my head anyway, that it works.
She simmers, adds rocket, then blends. After stirring in cream, she passes it through a sieve. She hopes this will make the soup smooth, but still full of flavour.
Is anything going through, do you suppose?
It's a bit of a shame. Not really, no.
It doesn't look
Let's
like
go
it.
back in the liquidator.
It's
Oh dear.
silly. Stop.
It doesn't look good,
Oh, stop
that.
it.
You want that good stuff in there.
She doesn't. She's crashed and burnt.
Kristen will serve her soup with lightly toasted slices of baguette. Her rival, 27-year-old Rhiannon, knows getting her timings right will be crucial today.
The most tricky bit about this dish is just getting everything, the timing right. It's the last 5 minutes that's really crucial.
Rhiannon begins by preparing the beetroot puree for her dish. She chops potatoes and beetroot and boils them until soft. Meanwhile, she wilts the spinach by holding a sieve over a pan of boiling water to ensure the leaves don't wilt too much.
This is a really silly way of doing the spinach. Please don't do this at home.
Well, it doesn't do anything. I don't see the
No,
point.
he's wilting the bottom. Steam is destroying all the nutriments, so stop it.
Once cooked, she blends the potatoes and beetroot with sour cream and dill until smooth. She then seasons and adds butter before returning the puree to the heat. Next, she prepares her haddock.
Looking at the smoked haddock over there, that just proves how it should look. You shouldn't have that bright orange. That's the colour.
Yeah.
Natural colour of smoked
No
haddock.
dye.
No dye. That is just the perfect look, isn't it lovely? It's like sort of sun blush.
Beautiful fish.
Rhiannon poaches the haddock in milk flavoured with a bay leaf. And next it's the cinnamon. Rhiannon admits she throws in the ingredients haphazardly, but is hoping that her generous measurements will be about right.
Oh, God.
I honestly cannot believe that, because cinnamon is a very powerful spice, and she's got the whole contents of the spice jar in that haddock.
Horrible,
For goodness
actually.
sake, haddock's got such
Cinnamon
a
and
lovely
haddock
flavour.
is just
The
just a shame. It's
Why
just
would
wrong.
you do that?
She removes the fish from the heat before adding butter, parsley and seasoning and warming through. With the clock ticking and just minutes till plating up, Rhiannon's up against it. But luckily she has a clever time-saving device for her raw beetroot garnish.
This
This
makes
is a
curly
Japanese
whirlies.
mandolin, and she's shredding the beetroot. Turning it. It's
Well, it
really
will
clever.
come out like a spiral. That, you put all sorts through it, you know, white radish, big
That's
carrots.
incredible. I want one of
Lovely
those.
spaghetti of vegetables.
It's a beautiful thing.
She will serve the dish with a herb oil she prepared in advance. Coming up, which starter disappoints?
You know, I think you could put this dish in front of thousands of people and they'd find that flavour combination impossible to work together.
And John goes back to basics.
What I'm really looking for, whether I'm old school or not, is, are the chips delicious?
Welcome back to Britain's Best Dish, the cooking competition that will eventually culminate in one amateur chef walking away with the £10,000 prize. Right now, two cooks in our starter kitchen are battling to get past round one. Kristen with her creamy sweet corn and rocket soup, and Rhiannon with her poached smoked haddock. Let's see how things are going in the starter kitchen, because we're pretty close to action time. You happy with this?
Very happy.
Consistency-wise?
Perfect.
Great. Wow, you look happy too.
Yeah.
All that haphazard stuff at the start of the show, actually, you're pretty controlled, aren't you?
Think so. Hope so.
OK, ladies, this is your moment. Plate up, please.
So, has Kristen prepared a smooth and flavoursome sweet corn and rocket soup that will tickle the judges' taste buds? And has her clever gadget ensured the topping of delicate white crab meat is free of crab shell? Or will the spot in the regional final go to Rhiannon? Has she cooked her haddock to perfection? Is it complemented by perfectly wilted spinach and a super smooth beetroot puree? And does the cinnamon give the right balance of spice to the dish?
OK, now it is tasting time, and first to the soup, or the... well, it's not a chowder, it is a soup.
I am confident that it's a good bowl of soup. I think it's really good quality ingredients. I'm happy with my stock. I think all of the ingredients work well together. I'm confident.
Julie.
Sweet it is. You've got lovely sweetness from the sweet corn, sweetness from that really delicious crab. I'm surprised you don't get a bit more bite from the rocket, but you really don't. And it's under-seasoned, regrettably. It really could do with some salt and pepper, just would lift it a little bit.
John.
I think Julie's hit the nail completely on the head there. I mean, the texture of the soup is lovely. The rocket is definitely a back flavour. It's not terribly peppery. I expected it to have more oomph. But the main thing is, because crab is sweet, and sweet corn is sweet, and chicken stock is sweet, you do need something to lift this soup up a little bit. That's the only criticism. However, it is delicious.
Right, thank you. Ed?
Yeah, it's very comforting. It's very sweet. The guys have said it. I think it needs a little more acidity in there. It needs another flavour, something else to excite the palate, something else to work with those flavours, especially the crab. You know, normally you'd have crab with a little bit of lemon juice, so you need that acidity just to bring out the flavours. But all in all, nice job.
With mixed feelings, we'll move on to the fish.
I think it went OK. There were a couple of bits I was a bit worried about. I think I put a bit too much cinnamon in. And the beetroot puree wasn't red enough, but other than that, I think it went OK.
John.
Well, OK. If you opened a pot of cinnamon and put your tongue on it, and then took a glass of water and swallowed it, that's what we've got here. The appearance of the dish is nice. It's terribly colourful. I'm not interested in eating raw beetroot, however it's been cut. The only thing that's probably done quite well is that it's poached properly, this fish.
Julie.
I'm afraid to say I have to dig the knife in even deeper, because I think that this herb oil, which Rhiannon made at home using all manner of different herbs, is inedible. Tastes like something that you've rather by mistake taken a sip from something in the bathroom rather than something in the kitchen.
Ed.
I can't comprehend how anyone could possibly think that cinnamon and smoked haddocks works together, because it just doesn't. And I think you could put this dish in front of thousands of people and they'd find that flavour combination impossible to work together. Imagine eating, cinnamon chewing gum and then dining on a piece of fish. It just doesn't work. The flavours, it's wrong.
Oh, I think we know which way the judges will go. Of course, we're going to find out a little later. First up, the starters. Will it be Kristen's creamy sweet corn and rocket soup with crab meat, or Rhiannon's poached smoked haddock on a bed of spinach? The winning starter is... Kristen's soup. John.
Kristen, we all thought that was absolutely delicious, absolutely lovely. The texture was nice, even though for some time you struggled with trying to achieve it. You pulled it off, so congratulations. The whole idea of the dish and your execution eventually was brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
Many congratulations. Well done.